It's already late. Where's Arjun?
He's looking for universities, right? Maybe he's held up there.
You look so tense. By the way, did you get to choose the university?
No, I'm unable to find a university that meets my requirements.
Whoa. Meet your requirements? What exactly are you looking for?
I'm looking for a place that gives me an opportunity to grow, to excel, to invent, and to innovate. I want to be a part of an institution that paves my way to discover myself and to witness the world moving forward in technology. I want to go to a place that sets a futuristic pattern of education filled with ideas and radical performances. Basically, I want to live my dream.
Dayanand Sagar University. Live the dream.
So we are good to go, and I hope I'm audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A warm welcome and good evening to all our distinguished speakers, and a warm welcome to all the aspiring students who are currently in the second PU commerce streams. We understand it's been a tough, year for all of you, especially with the pandemic, and sometimes the classes being online, sometimes the classes being offline, sometimes emergency holidays being declared. But at the end, we also understand that the final examinations or the second board examinations are also being scheduled. And we hope that the normalcy will be back for all the students, and you will definitely take all the efforts to prepare yourself for the board examinations. But while you prepare for the board examinations, what is also important for you is your future university. You all must be aspiring to look at what are the careers available today for the students in after doing commerce. What kind of university will I be getting admissions? What kind of life is available at these universities? What is the aspirations of the students today? How do I make sure that I get into a university which, apart from learning, is also having a lot of fun, and there's equal progress being made in all the directions? So here we are today. We are presenting this to all of you, the career and job opportunities in specialized BCom programs and the way forward. This will definitely give you a lot of insights and to understand what is going to be the progressive way for all of you. So here it is. I would like to welcome the distinguished speakers for today. I take the opportunity of introducing Dr. K.N.B. Murthy sir. Sir is the Professor for Computer Science Engineering and the Vice Chancellor at Dayanand Sagar University. Sir has been the former Vice Chancellor for PES University at Bangalore. Sir holds a bachelor's degree in Electrical Power Engineering and a master's degree in Electrical Engineering from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. Sir holds a PhD in Computer Science and Engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Sir has worked as a research specialist in parallel computing at New Mexico State University, US. Sir is currently a member of the Karnataka State Higher Education Council and the Academic Senate member of IIIT Dharwad. Sir, a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Shinde.
Our next speaker for the day will be Dr. Anita Mathew. She is the Associate Dean for the School of Commerce and Management Studies, Dayanand Sagar University. She's a science graduate with a postgraduate degree in personal management from Xavier Institute of Social Service, Jharkhand. She holds a degree in law from Sambalpur University, Odisha, and a PhD in business administration from Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. She started her career in brief stint in corporate HR and shifted to academics and has served as a faculty and administrator in various B schools of national stature in Delhi NCR region. She's also been with the finest assignments as a professor at Institute of Management Technology, Ghaziabad, before joining Dayanand Sagar University as the associate dean. She is also a keen researcher and passionate about publishing research papers in national and international publications. She is certified instructor by Case Center UK for case study method of teaching in higher education, a certified practitioner and a neuro-linguistic programming expert. A warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
And yeah, sure, ma'am. And then we also have the pleasure of having Mr. Raul Chatterjee with us. As we always promise to you to bring in an expert from the industry. So here we are, and I would love to introduce Mr. Raul Chatterjee. He is the head for content, LMS, and organizational development at FinCare Small Finance Bank. He completed his management development program from XLRI Jamshedpur and a master's degree in commerce from Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj Kanpur University. He worked with Jana Small Finance Bank as an associate vice president, learning and development. He also worked as a GM training and development in Earth Infrastructure Limited and as a branch development partner in Edelweiss Tokyo Life Insurance, a company limited. Overall, 20 plus years of cumulative experience with premier FMCG, computer hardware, education, banking, and insurance sector in India. It's a great opportunity for all of us to hear you out, Mr. Raul Chatterjee. A warm welcome to you today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I now would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to address the students and to set the context. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Shinde. Good evening. My co-speakers, Mr. Raul Chatterjee and Professor Anita Mathew, and students and parents who have joined this webinar. I'm extremely happy that Dayanand Sagar University has organized a campus info session. It's a in the virtual mode to provide information to the students about the commerce education to make an informed choice. Whenever we choose to study, several aspects need to be considered. According to me, there are three important aspects one needs to consider. The first aspect is the future of work. What will be the work scenario when you graduate? In 3 to 4 years down the line, you're going to graduate. You need to know what will be the kind of scenario. The second aspect that you need to consider about the program study. What is the scope that the program study would have? The third, where exactly you want to pursue this program study. And the other aspect, which is related aspect, is with regard to the kind of career path that you decide to choose. Let me tell you briefly about each one of them. The first one, the future of work. The future of work, in other words, we talk about how the work is going to be, what will be the workforce, and what will be the workplace. You need to know about these three important things. As per the predictions made, it appears the future will have the technology involvement in every aspect of work, in every walk of life. Technology is going to play a major role. Thereby, there are a lot of disruptions that are going to happen. These disruptions must be kept in mind. By saying disruptions, particularly the artificial intelligence and automation will play a key role in the future of work. meaning the existing kind of job that we have may vanish completely in the next 3 to 5 years. New set of jobs are going to come in. Thereby, new set of skills are required to do really well in the new kind of environment that we are going to foresee. Meaning, each one of you needs to acquire the kind of skills required to work in that kind of environment. While the automation, other things are going to take away the existing jobs, the technology would create newer kind of opportunities. The opportunities are going to be plenty in the future. Therefore, we need to be prepared for that. The other thing is also that the work and the workforce, the work will have technology component in it. Workforce needs to have a lot more skills, lot more informed in terms of the new age skills. What are those new age skills? There are several new age skills which are going to be important. The first one is digital literacy. The second, computational thinking. The next, cognitive flexibility. And emotional and social intelligence is the other skill which each one of us have to have. Then the creative and innovative mindset are the kind of attributes that are required for doing really well in the future of work. Therefore, it's necessary for you, each one of you, to understand the future has lots of opportunities for those who have the new age skills. Meaning, in the next 3 to 4 years, you must acquire those skills. Then let me touch upon the second aspect. Second aspect is the program of study. Program of study, you have decided to choose the commerce education is the program of study, means the BCom or related kind of course in commerce. And you also need to understand what this commerce education is all about. The commerce education is all about the place and time utility of goods. Means the goods that are produced at one place are not consumed at the same place. Therefore, the goods have to be transported from one to the other where they are required. The commerce education is going to deal with these aspects: how the goods are produced, how goods are transported, and how goods are distributed. That's all about thing. In other words, it all deals with the financial aspect, that accounting aspects of that. That's what commerce education is all about. Therefore, it is necessary to understand what kind of job roles that are going to be there. There are plenty of job roles, though the standard job roles that we have been seeing, like the chartered accountant, the company secretary, the cost and works accountant, business administrators, the business executives, data analysts. These are the kinds of roles that are present at this point of time. Possibly, the new job roles may get created. The most attractive one or the interesting one in all these kinds of job roles is something like health manager. Wealth manager is going to one of the new kind of job roles that may be created. Therefore, it is necessary for you to understand this program of study would give you a job role which is really attractive, which is really interesting. That's the kind of thing that you need to understand. Therefore, you also need to know about it. The last one is education institution where you're going to study this. In education institution, which has understood the future quite well, which has designed the curriculum to meet these kinds of requirements, or the institute or the university where you need to study. Because the future has a different kind of requirements. The education that you're going to get must meet those requirements. I'm extremely happy to tell you the kind of changes that are going to happen, particularly the post-NEP, the new education policy has given lots of changes. One of the things that has been indicated is multidisciplinary learning. It means if you are a commerce graduate, if you study only commerce, that's not enough. You need to know something about computer science, something about mathematics, something about science, something about history. Thereby, a combination of this knowledge is extremely useful because the world is going to be multidisciplinary, is going to be complex in nature in the future. That's exactly what is being defined as the future world. It's called VUCA world. U is uncertainty, V is volatile, C is complexity, and A is ambiguity. These are the kinds of things. That's the kind of future that's going to be there. Therefore, it's necessary to have multidisciplinary learning. The second thing has also been indicated that future is going to make a shift from earlier, the focus was in 1990s. The focus was more on admissions. That's called enrollment. In 2010 to 20, it was more about employment. Means placement is going to be critical. Possible in the future is more about enterprise. Can you go out and start enterprise of your own? That is the kind of attribute that's required, or there's a kind of skill that's required for any person who is going to graduate. Therefore, the shift is to be understood very carefully. The second thing that's also the new education policy indicates that you need to have what is called as the multiple exit and multiple entry kind of opportunities. Flexibility means a student can study for a year, then go to the industry, job industry, learn a few things, come back and continue the education. This is a new kind of flexibility that's been provided. Then internships and the projects are going to be part of the education in the future. Then the last thing is the holistic education becomes important. Holistic education is very, very critical for the all-round development of an individual so that the individual can perform and succeed in any kind of environment. Therefore, the new education policy has given lots of opportunities. And lastly, what I would summarize is that the commerce education that you're going to get is all about survival, is all about profits, is all about quality of service, is all about customer satisfaction, it's all about growth, it's all about market share, it's all about social responsibility. Therefore, the education that you're going to get in a university must prepare you for all these kinds of attributes. I am extremely happy to inform that Dayanand Sagar University is a progressive university and a very proactive university, which has initiated all the kinds of things required to prepare the student for that future of work and that kind of job role. I welcome each one of you to consider Dayanand Sagar University as one of the preferred destinations for education, and thank the organizers for inviting me to be a part of this webinar. And I request the organizers to invite the next speaker to tell you more about the program that's being offered at Dayanand Sagar University. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now like to request Dr. Anita Mathew to go ahead with our presentation to the students. Over to you, ma'am.
Very good. Good evening to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Murthy sir, Mr. Raul Chatterjee, Srinivas Shinde, Manoj Kumar Jena, and all the students and parents who are part of this webinar. Looking forward to a career that is hopeful, visionary, and a fulfilling life at Dayanand Sagar University. Now, with that, I would like to give a brief about what you could look forward to at Dayanand Sagar University. My screen is visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So if I have to introduce Dayanand Sagar University to all of you students, it's a massive campus with beautiful landscaping and lush greenery around, with sports and cultural events possible in the campus. One look at the campus and you will feel this is where we are going to, along with academics, you're going to get all your dreams and aspirations fulfilled in terms of having fun and the scheduled classes. So today we'll be, as Murthy sir said, we'll be giving a brief about the BCom course. The Bachelor of Commerce, the name itself, talks about commerce, which is about trade, transaction, and money. So many of you who are keen to take up commerce very clearly gives us an understanding that you would want to make value of your money and also, help others to increase their wealth, manage the wealth. So it's a program which will, give you all the insights into managing wealth. How do you help others take decisions? Others, when I say others, it's about organizations and leading multinationals, the big four companies, Deloitte, KPMG, EY, and so on, where they give consulting to companies to grow big. So there is a huge role ahead of you. So I'll be giving a brief about what Dayanand Sagar University, School of Commerce and Management, UG courses, especially with reference to Bachelor of Commerce. So if you look at the Bachelor of Commerce program, majorly it focuses on domain of finance, accounting, taxation, auditing, and management. I will not go into depth of all this because I'm sure this will give you insight of what BCom has to offer. And once you're in the campus or probably seeking more about it, I'm sure you'll get to know about which all courses would be available and which programs. One thing I can assure you is, with my interaction with the placement team of Dayanand Sagar University, will prepare you to become a sought-after professional, which basically talks about you knowing all the professional skills required to be a market leader and determine your value of what is the salary or income you want. So you will get an ACCA qualification alongside BCom. You'll get a CMA qualification alongside BCom, and we'll also give you coaching classes to become a chartered accountant. Now your 4-year program will have 8 semesters, which will include core papers. Core papers, when I say papers like strategic management, you will have business communication, you will have quantitative technique, something which you studied in 10th and plus 2, the mathematics paper. Then you will have domain-specific papers, which has highlighted in the first point, will focus on finance, accounting, taxation. You will have audit papers, which will help you to know more than your commerce. For example, we have subjects like Constitution of India, we have advertising and public relations. So you will have papers which will help you to know beyond Bachelor of Commerce. We have skill enhancement courses which will help you to gain additional certification from portals like NPTEL, which is a government portal. We have courses, you can pick up courses from Coursera, where you can take up your certifications in your area or in your passionate area. You will have a Viva and you will be given a additional certification from the department. Besides, you will have English and foreign languages, and you will have an internship opportunity in the 5th semester, followed by a project work with Viva Voce in the 6th semester. So this is what your next 8 semesters will look like in brief at Dayanand Sagar University. Now, if you look at Bachelor of Commerce, we have the acronym is ACCA, which is Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, CMA, Certified Management Accountant, and CA, Chartered Accountant. Now, what is ACCA? So it's an Association of Chartered Certified Accountants, which is a premier body of professional accountants from the UK. It's equivalent to CA from Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and CPA of USA. Now, what is CPA? Certified Public Accountant. It's a stepping stone to a highly successful international career in finance and strategic leadership. Just to give a insight, you could start off with an initial salary of 1 lakh or more per month, depending upon how serious you are about the program. So basically, ACCA is like thinking far ahead of a normal BCom graduate. Of course, there are various courses which will help you to understand your own potential of your analytical skills and your judgment skills. So if you look at, if I want to mention about the ACCA, the highlights of the program, we have a tie-up with the vendor, Global FTII Bengaluru. Typical ACCA has 13 papers. So if you enroll with us, you have 6 papers exemption, which means you don't have to study 6 papers. And the remaining 7 papers will be taught by certified ACCA faculty provided by Global FTII Bengaluru. These papers will be introduced from the 3rd to the 6th semester. So first 2 semesters, you will be going through the BCom program. Each course will undergo 54 teaching hours. And you'll have 6 hours, which will go into the continuous internal assessment, which is a component of Dayanand Sagar University, which will be the internal assessment test. You will have the computer-based test, and you will have assignments. So all the 7 papers which you will be studying of ACCA will be held through offline classes within Dayanand Sagar University campus. You will be offered internships which are taken up by the placement cell of Dayanand Sagar University. And in the last 1 year, most of the internships were from work from home opportunities and also had a good amount of stipend. So that's just where I feel Dayanand Sagar University has an edge over other universities where placement cell, we have a dedicated person who will be looking at the BCom program and helping students to go through the screening test of the various companies. Besides that, Global FTI Bengaluru will also give you exclusive coaching hours, which is the option of the student. Suppose besides the coaching and the courses which we give, you still want more, that is also an option available with Dayanand Sagar University students. Because of the pandemic, webinar has become a very common use terminology. But otherwise, now as we move towards offline interactions in classes, I'm sure this term will be replaced by seminars by the ACCA team itself. Recently, we had a global ACCA summit where the certified ACCA practitioners talked about various practices and skills required by the ACCA pursuing students. So this is provided by the vendor themselves, and we give an option for our ACCA students to attend these webinars. So these seminars and these webinars are going to be an add-on where you'll come across the alumnus of the ACCA practitioners. Our vendor, Global FTI Bengaluru, will also help you in registrations and examinations on a timely basis. They'll help you to tell you when to register, when to appear for examinations, and what are the various norms and policies. Besides that, there is 100% placement opportunity for qualifying students by the Dayanand Sagar University as well as Global FTI Bengaluru. So it's a huge opportunity, coming together to you in a package. certified management accountant, which is again a globally recognized advanced level qualification appropriate for strategic and financial professions in leadership. Now, CMAs, if I typically look at what do CMAs do, they explain the why behind numbers, not just the what, which means how did this happen? You also will get into dissecting why it happened. So the knowledge of numbers, the knowledge of finance, the knowledge of investments, knowledge of audit, all that is going to give you the greater credibility in high earning potential and ultimately a seat at the leadership table. I'm sure now when you have just completed your +2 from leading schools of Bengaluru or across India, as Sir mentioned, Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir mentioned, it's a VUCA world. Most of things we don't know. But these courses and it's very planned outcomes will help you to visualize where you will be at the leadership table. So in partnership with IMA, Institute of Management Accountants, USA, Wiley and Miles Education, the US CMA has been integrated into the DSU curriculum such that students will cover all the 12 core competencies covered on US CMA in the first 4 semesters. So here, in CMA, you have first 4 semesters. In ACCA, it starts from 3rd to the 6th semester. The CMA exams comprise of the following 2 exam parts. Part 1, financial reporting, planning, performance and control. Part 2, financial decision making. So you can literally see that both the parts have been divided so well that you know what the subject content is going to be. Total credits, you might not, it's too early for you to understand the total credits, but it's 128. The first, second, third semester, you will prepare for the part 1. In the 4th semester, you'll prepare for the another paper. Similarly, this is also given to us by FTII Global Bengaluru. BCom, this is as far as the CMA goes. Now, since CMA is integrated with BCom, in the 5th and the 6th semester, you choose your specializations. One is business analytics or investment management. In the 5th and the 6th semesters, together, you will be studying 4 papers. And eligibility usually is 50% in 12th. Now, if you look at the integrated BCom CMA at DSU, along with the CMA courses and the papers you have to attempt, you also get a BCom with specialization in either business analytics or investment management. Again, we are standing out distinctly from than a normal MBA, normal BCom, which would just give you an orientation to all the BCom subjects. So by the end of 6th semester or 5th semester, you clearly know whether you want to get into investment or business analytics. Thereby, in the 6th semester or by the end of the 5th semester, you have the placement team wooing you for placements in these areas. So some of the competencies ACCA and CMA helps all of you would be, if you look at the glimpse, ACCA has advisory and consultancy, data, digital and technology, strategy and innovation, leadership and management, stakeholder relationship management, governance, risk and control. It's huge. It's huge. And a normal BCom student would not be able to identify or maybe acquire these competencies from the program. But an ACCA or a CMA certified professional or a student who has taken up the course of BCom, ACCA and CMA would have these competencies acquired through the course you are undergoing. Similarly, if you look at the CMA competencies, strategic planning and performance, reporting and control, technology and analytics, business acumen and operations, and last but not the least, a leadership, a champion of all. So if you look at the subject matter, the focus of both these programs, you'll clearly see that it has huge value and a huge, contribution of the subject in building you to be the leader of the next few years. Now, typically after +2 or while pursuing +2, you would have always thought how to become a CA. So some of the initial steps, which you will also get in the public domain, is registering with ICI, applying for CA Foundation, clearing CA Foundation, applying for CA Intermediate, clearing CA Intermediate, and applying for CA Final. So this is a typical chartered accountancy course. And many of you, while studying, being in part of +2, would have aspired to become a chartered accountant. DSU Bengaluru, again, has tie-up with Global FTI Bengaluru. We offer offline classes of foundation course in campus itself from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., which means from 9 to 3, you'll be studying BCom course of DSU, and 3 to 5 p.m., you'll be coached to appear for the foundation and intermediate, or maybe further on your articleship. Certified CA professionals will be handling the courses, and all the subjects will be taught to you by certified CA professionals, chartered accountants. So now I see that all the chartered accountants come to the campus and teach these courses. At the foundation level of CA course, you have to study and attempt for 4 courses. At the intermediate level, you have 5 courses, and final, you have the articleship. So BCom program, again, students who would like to do a CA program, you'll again go through the same specialization option in the 5th and the 6th semester, which is business analytics and investment management. So you would again see how enriched the program is. If you're focused, if you're determined, if you're ready to burn that midnight oil, I'm sure you are bang on target in choosing the right destination and becoming a choice of the employers. The vendor would be giving us 250 hours of coaching in finance, law, economics, and mathematics with hands-on session and assignments. So I'm sure those who want to pursue chartered accountancy know that these are the courses you have to gain expertise in. So now that you have undergone the programs, the knowledge of ACCA, CMA, CA, you know that there is huge in store at the DSU campus. So this is a brief, maybe a map or a guideline of what CA courses are all about. So probably once you decide on which course to choose, you can look at it further and gain the understanding of how to go about completing this program. At DSU campus, as I said, one of the important aspects of the students enrolling for BCom with these specialized courses is internships and placements. So this is where our whole orientation and discussion, molding students is about. Besides that, you have club activities, you have stock market related sessions, NISM certified advisors, you have guest lectures from the industry professionals. We'll have leadership camps or probably a combat training camp where you will experience self-awareness and discovery of potential. We'll have industry mentors, we have subject mentors, we have sports, and we have cultural clubs. So along with serious study, serious focus, we'll also ensure that the students get a huge experience of being in a campus and taking back memories of the campus when you pass out from Dayanand Sagar University School of Commerce and Management Studies. Now, if I look at SCMS UG campus, one of our important focus is how do I engage each one of you so that each day of your life at School of Commerce and Management is meaningful and worthwhile. You go back from the campus every day, you know what you went through, the formal and the informal learning. We want all of you to take back the experience of being in a campus when you pass out, as well as a daily experience of having lived your life, college life, worthwhile. I want my students to explore and experiment. Now, how do we explore and experiment? By participating in various innovative activities designed for you, where you showcase your potential, whether it is cooking, whether it is dancing, whether it is singing, whether it is adventure activities, and so on. And in fact, we are bringing in a culture where all the faculty and the leadership of SCMS UG would be just a moderator or a facilitator. You would be the organizer, you would be participating, and you would be applauding for your friends. We will be helping you to organize all that. I want SCMS UG to become a culture of learning, and you all want you all to be a part of that learning exercise. Formal learning, informal learning, academics, and otherwise. Culture of excellence, yeah, we want you to participate, organize, and take, win in events and take back awards from the campus. Last but not the least, while you go through all this, I want to develop a culture of employability where after 6th semester or by the end of 5th semester, you realize that you were part of this program and the market absorbs you, the organization absorbs you. In fact, if I look at the last 2 months, December, January, I see that, by continuously just talking to students and making them part of the placement process, many students have been able to crack this code and walk away with an offer letter. So that is our dream, and I want you all to be part of our dream. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You can stop the screen sharing. Yeah. I would now like to invite, as we promised in every campus info session of ours, we have the industry component, which is one of the most important components today at any of the programs at Dayanand Sagar University. So here we are now presenting to you from Mr. Raul Chatterjee, who's our guest speaker for the day. And he's been with the industry for almost 20 plus years. So you can now hear from the industry as to what are the expectations that they have from the students from the commerce background. Over to you, Raul.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity. And thank you so much, fellow speakers, Dr. Murthy, Dr. Mathew, and Srinivas, sir. And thank you so much, Dr. Anita Mathew, to run through this presentation, because this gives me an immense pleasure to say that you people are actually providing us a ready-made resources. So we need not to work upon a lot on those resources to whom we want to make our asset. Okay, and thanks for your contribution for this country, ma'am. Okay, I'm really delighted to going through your presentation and understanding what kind of a subject matter expert you people are creating. So let me share my screen. And is this visible?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so
you could go to the slideshow.
Exactly, I'm going to the slideshow.
Yes, it's
visible.
Yes,
okay, thank you so much. So this is about I'm just I will not take much time, because you people are very effective generation. I really feel delighted, and sometimes we people, when from our generation, we feel threatened by you people. If you people means a new generation who actually insert Bluetooth speakers on their Bluetooth headphones in their ears. They are listening to a music or watching any audio visual and delivering their results in the workplace. Okay, that quantum of delivery these new generation people are having. And believe in me, I don't know why people are saying that this last 2 years those students who are qualified from this virtual mode of education and all, they will not crack the market. Because believe in me, from last 2 years, the quantum of understanding about the technology and the collaboration over the virtual platform enhances in manyfold. And those students who actually gone through and experienced those kind of environment, they are the person who are going to make a scratch in this market, and they'll definitely make a their name in this market just because of they need not to learn how to interact with global persons or a person who is sitting far behind from you or far away from you or in a different state, a different culture or different topography. Because for you, it's a click of a button to interact with the people. And for us, it took literally some time to adjust ourselves or pace ourselves to get accustomed with this platform. Okay, so congratulations, guys, that you actually witnessed a era which is a tech savvy era, and your quantum of understanding about the subject and the level of interaction through virtual platform has enhanced in a many fold. And believe you me, if you talk about the topography you are in, like a country like India, in any Asian countries, this topography is valued a lot. Because if I talk about my last venture where I was globally heading a real estate company for 4 to 5 Eastern African countries, okay, our key focus, our key resources, the managerial resource we hire from India for laborers, and the fourth graded people we are hiring from Pakistan and Bangladesh. Okay, that kind of rapport this country has. So congratulations that you are so much fortunate that you are you're born in this country and you are part of the education system who gives you and who give you an opportunity to learn and grow in many fold. So there is a quote which says that what you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. And believe in me, guys, it's totally up to you. What do you really want to do? Because nowadays, opportunities are immense. The possibilities are immense. It's up to you which kind of opportunity you want, which kind of work you want to do, and what kind of environment you want to create around you. Okay, because market is ready, and a person who is a commerce graduate is acceptable by all the industry, whether it's let me share the highest salary brackets in India. So it comes out like chartered accountant, marketing managers, investment bankers, human resource managers, chartered financial analysts, okay, chartered public accountant, actuaries, cost accountants, business accountants, and taxation professionals, retail managers, company secretary, personal financial advisors, research analysts, entrepreneurs. So platter is huge, and like all the big shots, if you go through their CV or their profile, somewhat they are linked with the commerce stream. So if I talk about chief executive officers or cost managers, accountant, or product managers, these all profile holders somewhat linked with this commerce stream. Hotel management managers, event managers, these are the professionals who we actually clicked from this their understanding about the commerce. So if I talk about how commerce help you to become a useful resource for this corporate world. So commerce actually, wherever there is some financial transaction happening, and mark my words, if there is any financial transaction happening, whether it's virtual, physical, or any other terms like binary or the cryptocurrencies, or any kind of transaction which is monetary as a value, then a commerce student is valuable. Mark my words, because this is a stream. Because I'm also a commerce student. I was also a commerce graduate initially. I graduated from Allahabad University, which is now Prayagraj. So I was a fresh graduate, and I was able to crack a multinational company, which is Hindustan Lever Limited. Okay, so initially I started my career as a sales professional. Gradually, I transformed myself into an educationist, and then IT segment, then insurance, then HR, and now a banker. In between, there is a real estate scenario where I actually headed entire department with this basic knowledge, because A commerce student knows the fundamental of the business. If you know the business, you can run the business. Only one and very important aspect which we look for, which is a person must be very, very flexible and adaptable. He must be a coachable person. Why coachable person? Because back of the mind, as Anita ma'am already said, that if you join the Anand Sagar University, you being blessed with a Coursera course, so that
Skill enhancement.
ID, yeah,
Skill enhancement.
yeah,
enhancement.
skill enhancement. So for that, if you are doing your regular job, regular study, along with that, whatever certification you like, just acquire those certifications. Believe in me, you get edge over others, because we like to have those people who not only knows their subject, but also can collaborate and understand other departments, nitty-gritties, and having a fair understanding about different topics. So new trend post-COVID actually evolved in a different way. And now the scenarios became 100% agile. Okay, where we always believe that if there is something happens, quickly solution must be provided, because we didn't have this luxury to interact, collaborate, plan, brainstorm, discuss in a meeting and then resolve the problems. No, right now problem arises. We are having a virtual platform across the globe, across the country, wherever you are. Discuss your challenge, discuss your problem. We discuss, provide your solution, implement it, and resolve it. That is all. Now, sales manager's job is not only selling a concept or product or a service. Right now, a sales manager's job became to actually identify a probable customer who can last forever with this organization. A sales manager's job is not only to sell a product, but also make a loyal customer, but virtually. So most of the time, once some hurdle comes, you evolve and you grow in manifold. And you became some kind of a person who is unstoppable. Choice is yours. Really, you want to become that unstoppable professional, or you want to be a traditional professional? Choice is yours, because my first slide says that choice is yours. You want to make a difference. What kind of difference you want to make? Okay. Now, financial examiner's role, again, it's depends how you want to examine your financials. Like, if right now any challenge happens or any problem happens, we quickly rebuttal those challenges. And now there are many lots of application, lots of integration happen with the financial sector. So it is not only a chartered accountant is making preparing some spreadsheets or Excel sheet with the data and all, but also he is well versed with the sharing those data in a different platform, or he is preparing a data which is feasible with the bot system, which is a augmented reality platform, where is a robotic voiceover enabled platform synced with that data and process that data and provide a rebuttal of your questions within few seconds. For that, your understanding about the financials and examining and the big data crunching must be very proficient. And for that, our new age people are very much competent, because as I mentioned in my initial statement, that we feel really threatened because you people are very tech savvy. One thing which is very much important to understand your basics. So for that, I really urge all of you, don't take your subjects or your curriculum lightly, because yes, I can understand, I can assure you whatever you learn from your regular studies or your regular curriculum, out of that approximately not more than 10 to 15% in your real life you are going to apply. But you don't even know which part of that entire curriculum's 50% or 15% or 10% you're going to implement in your real life. so that the entire subject knowledge is required. Okay, but nowadays the analytical part or the data management or the, if I talk about the management analyst job, so management analyst now initially what I'm talking about, not ages behind, I'm just talking about last 2 or 3 years. Okay, now as an HR professional, a management analysis is not only pay structure or the compensation or their other benefits, but also we are taking care of mental health of our staff. And I don't think these kind of study you did in your regular curriculum. So how you evolve until unless you have an in-depth understanding that how psyche works. So how you understand the psyche, until unless you have a certification, parallel certification, which gives you a understanding how psychology works, how a person behaves in a different work pressure, how organizational behavior impact an individual's thought process, and how it will channelize in a different scenario. So that is how now post COVID trends are evolving. We talk about a budget analyst. So nowadays our budget is not only for the fixed cost or variable cost, but also our budget is focused upon how to create happiness in our platform, how to engage our people so that they can effectively work in their own places, in their own isolation, but they are very much connected, they're very much well knit and with the organizational culture, because every organization has their own culture. We believe or we behave in a certain manner because a group behaves in a certain manner. That is what the culture we build, and that is how we recognize in the industry. If I talk about the let's say Fincare Small Finance Bank, so Fincare Small Finance Bank down the line second year got the best place to work. So if we got a best place to work certification, it means we are providing a very homogeneous and familiar work culture for our people, and very happening work culture for our people, so that not only male, female, everyone is feeling comfortable in our place. But how it happens? Until unless someone or some team meticulously crunch the data, meticulously understand the people, and they interact with each other over a different virtual platform through technology, because physical interaction is very minimal right now. So that these kind of interaction and these kind of new trends evolve. Okay, so now BI team, business intelligence team, are getting huge salary. Believe in me, the average trend, which was business analyst role, may get 8 to 9 lakh rupees. Okay, but now it's manifold. The kind of output you are able to generate, you can demand your cost. Until unless you know the subject, you can't demand. But this environment gives you an ability to experiment, understand, and execute. So this 2 years giving you an ability to experiment, excel, and execute. So nowadays, if you join any organization, any course, and stay there for 3 years, within 3 years, utilize your platform optimally. And I urge all of you that, directly always contact with your mentors, always discuss your career path, your areas of improvement with your faculties, because these are the people who, continuously building the nation with the students. They're helping students to understand their subject. They are creating some sort of materials, which is the content, which is actually relevant for the corporate. We people absorbing our resources from your colleges or the universities, definitely we'll customize them. We actually we built our own culture in you. After some time you behave in a certain manner, but prior to that, how you qualify for that interview, how you crack for your interview, it is totally based on you, your subject knowledge, your understanding, and your job fitment. So if I talk about how you qualify an interview, we know as a fresher, you don't have any experience. But what we assess your attitude. We assess how in-depth knowledge and how much knowledge you're having about your subject. We know if you are applying for a post, if you are applying for a job role, how much homework or how much in-depth knowledge you're having. If not, then why? Whether you're able to understand your areas of improvement and you are willing to bridge those gaps, definitely you will qualify the interview. And I don't feel any shame to share our data that most of the time we hire our people from B tier city and C tier city, because from where we feel that those new fresh bloods comes and they're having a very good attitude, they're very much adaptive for the new environment. So you must not be very much rigid. Yes, I'm from the cosmopolitan city, so my thought process, I'm having an edge over others. My understanding about the subject or my language proficiency is better than others, because after some time, after 1 or 2 years, nobody will going to ask you what you did and what you learned. Okay, after 2 years, we are going to ask what you did in your past. So how you execute your work until unless you are having your attitude correct. Okay, so let me share the current job trend. Current job trend, it means that this data is a national data, and where whatever figure is mentioned, it is based on, as we all know, our Indian population, 75% population lives in the rural segment. So 75% people put together. So rest of the 25%, out of those 25%, some of them living in a C tier city, some of them living in a B tier city, and some of them are living in a A tier city, and few of them living in a cosmopolitan city. So if you are living in a B tier city, just add approximately 10 to 12% salary hike. Okay, if you are living in a C tier city or a B tier city, add 25 to 30% hike. If you're living in a A tier city, add approximately 48% salary hike. If you're living in a cosmopolitan city, add 150% of the salary hike. So these are the data. These are the basic, very average out salary structure. But we offer salaries, we offer compensation to our new resources based on their understanding of their subject and their attitude. Okay. Right now, what corporate wants, we judge you, we assess you on your reliability, on your problem solving skills, on your teamwork, your conflict resolutions, your communication skills, you're willing to learn and ask questions. So let me define these things in a nutshell, because see, how you showcase your reliability until unless you work with any organization. So your reliability will showcase that whatever assignments, whatever tasks you being assigned during your college life, how much sincere you are and how much effort you did to achieve those results or achieve those subject knowledge. Because we don't even hire those people who are having a very good memory. We want students who are street smart. Okay, we analyze them, we challenge them with some problems. Okay, come up with solutions, come up with we will provide you some case studies, solve them. Until unless you have your subject knowledge, you can't solve those problems, because these are the practical subject and these are the practical challenges. So have a in-depth knowledge about your subject. You need to collaborate with others, because any resource, anyone who is a professional, or if you really want to be a corporate person, you cannot be isolated yourself. You have to mingle with different people, different department, different thought process, different topography, different socioeconomic strata, and from a different mindset. Might be a language also. Okay, with this mix, with this human mix, you need to collaborate, execute, and excel. So your team spirit, your interpersonal skills is very important, and that we judge, that we, with our open probes and closed probes, we actually understand whether you are a team player or you are an individual player. Try and understand, guys, this 3 years and 4 years tenure where you are going to learn, excel, and educate yourself, empower yourself. Please teamwork. Please try to collaborate with your fellow students and your faculties, your lecturers, or your mentors, and understand and execute. You always come up with a solution, not with conflict. Okay, if there is a problem, try to understand that problem, give us some solutions. That is what we're looking forward. Because might be possible your solution is not up to the mark. You are giving us a very vague solutions for that problem. We totally understand, because as a fresher or as a new resources, you don't even know the let's say blueprints or the real fishbone analysis or any other problem solving techniques in real life. But whether you are coming with a solution or you are coming with a problem, so you're a part of a problem or you're a part of a solution, or you're a part of a resolving community, that will define how much reliability, how much strength you are putting into your team. Because continuously, if you crib, nobody will want to take you in your team, and you never ever become a team leader. Until unless you communicate well, nobody is going to understand. Because if in this platform I start saying, or I start delivering this presentation in the Chinese language or Bengali or any other language, might be possible a huge community or huge number of people don't even know and don't even understand what I'm going to say or what I'm trying to explain. So your communication skills must be very sharpened. I'm not talking about that you must be fluent with English, because if I talk about myself, I'm from a BTS city. And my father was a ex-army person, and he was later on he became a banker. And my initial studies, my initial academics is in a hardcore rural background. Believe in me, I have my initial primary studies is in a 3-tier city. Okay, where I started learning English language from my class 8th. And right now, down the line, 4 layers down the line, IIM's people are reporting to me. Okay, so it hardly matters. Once you start, only there one thing matters, whether you are able to execute whatever you want. If you want to create a mark in the organization, how much you're willing to execute those things. Are you able to give your 100% or not? Continuously, you need to upgrade and update yourself. That is how you can communicate well. Because communication is not only saying things or doing things or writing emails. Communication is again the instructions which you are seeking instructions from your leaders. So for that, you need to understand the terminologies and the new way of communication, and that requires a subject knowledge. So until unless you lifelong you became a student, you cannot excel, you cannot grow, you became stagnant after some time. So that if you're a commerce student says कि boss मुझे तो हर बार तैयारी करनी है, मुझे हर बार manifolds में आगे जाना है. That is what the thought process you need to carry. And one thing which is very important for any resource, if you really want to join a corporate, which is a people think that it's a very tough place to survive, and it's a very ruthless area. Believe in me, from last more than 2 decades, okay, I am not facing any challenge. Reason being, if you are willing to learn, and if you are ready to bridge your areas of improvement, you are there. So don't feel ashamed to ask any questions, because believe you me, somebody says that if you ask questions are never wrong, answers might be wrong. So सवाल कभी गलत नहीं होते, जवाब गलत हो सकते हैं. So never ever feel ashamed to ask questions, seek permission, and ask for help. Whenever you stuck, ask for help. Be it a student life, be it a corporate life, just seek for help, communicate, integrate, and excel. That is what we want. And with this, I would like to conclude my session, and I'm stop sharing my screen.
Sure, sir.
And over to you guys. I think I didn't take much time. So
Thank you so much. So here we are, students. I'm sure you must have got some glimpse in terms of what exactly does it take to move forward. You're already on your first step. Very soon you'll be writing your board exams, and then you're off to look forward for your higher education. And we at Dayanand Sagar University, we are following all the new standards set by the National Education Policy. And with this 4 years program that we will be introducing from this year, you will have loads and loads of opportunities, not only in terms of your jobs, but also a successful career, total enjoyment in terms of your campus life, loads of opportunities, participation in various clubs, and an overall development which will keep you far ahead of the others. So with this, we come to the end of today's webinar. In case if you have any queries, you can visit our website, and you'll get across some email IDs in which you could write to us, or you could also call us on the phone numbers given on the screen at 080-4646-1800. For students who are from outside Bangalore, we have various admission offices, information offices available across India. Once you log into the website, you will be able to see where all we are having our information offices, and you can always meet our career guidance experts over there, and they will be happy to guide you with all the information that you need to look forward to an enriching career with Dayanand Sagar University. I would like to thank all the speakers for today's session. Your guidance is going to go a long way for the students in terms of choosing their program of studies and the university for their future. Thank you so much to all the speakers, and thank you to all the organizers as well as the students who on a Friday evening have chosen to understand what does it take to move ahead on their careers. So once again, a big thank you to all of you from Dayanand Sagar University. Stay safe and have a safe weekend. Thank you from all of us.
Thank you,
See you.
Sridhar.
Bye-bye.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Raul Chatterjee.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Madam,
much.
thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
delighted.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
See you.
Good night, everyone.